20-year-old Filipino tennis star Alex Eala has sent Melbourne Park crowds into an absolute frenzy.
I saw the other day with Alex Eala, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines.
Alex Eala, a 20-year-old from the Philippines, just walked into one of the most prestigious tournaments on the planet. 18 of the world's top 20 players were there. Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, the absolute elite of women's tennis. But here's what's making other WTA players absolutely speechless. The reception Alex Eala received in Dubai has never been given to a player at her ranking, ever.
But I'm a person, and I feel like, people will like you for who you are if you are true to yourself.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and thank every single one of you for your support, taking the time and effort out of your day to be there and cheer me on with the other girls. It means so much, especially at this time of the year. I couldn't thank you more, and I had such a fun time playing.
Alex Eala, a 20-year-old from the Philippines, just walked into one of the most prestigious tournaments on the planet. 18 of the world's top 20 players were there. Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, the absolute elite of women's tennis. But here's what's making other WTA players absolutely speechless. The reception Alexa received in Dubai has never been given to a player at her ranking, ever. But I'm a person, and I feel like, people will like you for who you are if you're true to yourself. Music, hi everyone. I just want to come on here and thank every single one of you for your support. Taking the time and effort out of your day to be there and cheer me on with the other girls means so much, especially at this time of the year. I couldn't thank you more, and I had such a fun time playing here. Dubai rolled out the red carpet like she was already a champion. 12 months ago, this girl was ranked 139 in the world, a name most casual fans had never heard. A player grinding through smaller tournaments, hoping for a breakthrough. Today, she's in the top 40, and tournament officials are treating her arrival like a coronation. What Dubai sees in this young Filipina star is about to change women's tennis forever. To understand why Dubai's reception has left the tennis world stunned, you need to understand what Alexa accomplished in the last 12 months. Ranked 139 in February 2025, a player most experts would tell you was still years away from breaking through. A young Filipina grinding through qualifiers and lower-tier events while the spotlight shone on everyone else. Then something shifted. Semifinals in Auckland against quality competition. Quarterfinals in Manila, where Filipino fans packed the stadium so tight you couldn't find an empty seat. Another quarterfinal in Abu Dhabi just days later. And then the moment that changed everything, her Australian Open main draw debut at Melbourne Park. The numbers tell a story that defies all logic. A jump of nearly 100 ranking spots in 12 months. Most players spend entire careers trying to crack the top 50 and never make it. Alex did it in a year, then kept climbing into the top 40 without slowing down. That's not a hot streak. That's a player announcing to the world that she belongs at the highest level of the sport. Her foundation explains part of it. 6 years at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, learning from coaches who shaped one of the greatest champions tennis has ever produced. Filipino tennis. Music. Alex Eala has officially broken into the WTA Top 40. Alex Eala is set to compete music in the singles and doubles events. Now with energy like that,
The big courts with big names, it's difficult. It's not easy to manage that, but again, it's a good problem to have, to be honest.
This was definitely one of the bigger Filipino turnouts. Also, New York was huge. It was tough because it also depends what court you're on, that you feel the noise and things.
you don't get tired. So is good. And Alex, so good to have you out here for the first time. How special is that? Having too much crowd on this or music any other tennis tournament is a very good problem to have. The habits, the mindset, the relentless work ethic that separates contenders from pretenders. But training in elite academy doesn't guarantee results. Plenty of players train at world-class facilities and never break through. What Alex has done required something more. A competitive fire that refuses to accept limitations. And Dubai recognized it before anyone else did. When Alex Eala arrived in Dubai for the duty-free tennis championships, something unusual happened. Tournament organizers didn't treat her like a newcomer hoping to gain experience. They didn't slot her into the schedule like just another player making up the numbers. Cheering of the big courts with big names. Music, it's difficult. It's not easy to manage that. But again, it's a good problem to have, to be honest. This was definitely one of the bigger Filipino turnout. I also knew New York was huge. It was tough because it also depends what court you're on, that you feel the noise and things. They welcomed her like a star who had already arrived. The Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships is celebrating its 26th edition this year. 26 years of hosting the biggest names in women's tennis. 26 years of worlds, number ones, and Grand Slam champions gracing their courts. This tournament has seen legends come and go. And yet, officials are openly acknowledging that Alex Eala brings something different. It's not just her talent, though that alone would be enough. It's what she represents. A global fan base that spans continents. Filipino communities in the Middle East, in Europe, in North America, all tuning in when
the slams and tournaments, so it's a good sign. Obviously we want more attention, more people coming and wanting to watch the tennis live and follow it.
Oh, what a point from Eala. Outstanding court coverage. The wheels in full motion there.
Whenever she plays. Social media engagement that rivals players ranked far above her. A compelling story that casual fans and hardcore tennis enthusiasts both want to follow. When Alex plays, people watch. Tournament organizers know this. Sponsors know this. The WTA knows this. The field in Dubai features 18 of the world's top 20 players. Aryna Sabalenka at world number 1. Elena Rybakina fresh off her Australian Open triumph. EGA, say, Jessica Pegula, every name that matters in women's tennis right now. And in the middle of all that star power, Dubai made sure Alexa felt like she belonged. Not as a wild card hoping for a lucky draw. Not as a qualifier grateful, just to be there, but as a top 40 player who earned her spot through performances that demanded respect. Other players noticed, and not all of them were happy about it. Several WTA veterans watched Dubai's reception for Alex Eala and couldn't believe what they were seeing. Players who have spent years grinding on tour, fighting for recognition, clawing their way up the rankings, one painful spot at a time. And here comes a 20-year-old from the Philippines receiving treatment that some of them have never experienced. So the slams and tournaments, it's a good sign. Obviously we want music, more attention, more people coming and wanting to watch the tennis live and follow it, and cheering. Oh, what a point from Eala. Outstanding court coverage. The wheels in full motion there. The frustration is understandable. Tennis is a brutal sport. Most players toil in obscurity for years before anyone notices. They win matches in front of empty stadiums. They travel alone to tournaments nobody cares about. They fight for every dollar of prize money and every scrap of media attention. Then Alex Eala shows up and tournament organizers are rolling out red carpets. But here's what those frustrated players are missing. Alex earned this. Every bit of it. She won the U.S. Open Girls Singles title in 2022. The first Filipino ever to win a junior Grand Slam in singles. That alone put her on the map. It was, maybe a poor schedule, and maybe they could schedule him on a bigger court. Yes. But again, she's Alexa, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player. But junior success means nothing if you can't translate it to the professional tour. The graveyard of tennis is filled with junior champions who never made it as pros. quarterfinals at WTA events, a meteoric rise up the rankings, wins over players ranked far above her. The kind of results that demand attention whether the establishment likes it or not. And the fan base she brings is not manufactured. That's millions of Filipinos around the world who finally have a tennis star to call their own. They show up, they buy tickets, they watch broadcasts, they engage on social media. The implications of Dubai's embrace extend far beyond one tournament or one player. Tennis has been searching for its next global superstar, someone who can capture audiences beyond the traditional markets, someone who brings new eyeballs to the sport, someone whose story resonates with fans who might never have watched a WTA match otherwise. Alex Eala checks every single box. She represents the Philippines, a country of over 100 million people with passionate sports fans who have been waiting decades for a tennis hero. Music, the Filipino diaspora spans the entire globe. From Dubai to Los Angeles to London to Singapore, there are communities ready to rally behind her every single match. That's not just good for Alex. That's transformative for women's tennis. Tournament directors are already taking notes. If Dubai can generate this much buzz by welcoming Alex Eala properly, what happens when other tournaments follow suit? What happens when Indian Wells rolls out the carpet? When Wimbledon recognizes what she brings, when the U.S. Open puts her on a show court where she belongs? The WTA has struggled to build consistent star power outside of a handful of names. Serena Williams retired. The sport needs fresh faces who can carry it forward. Alex Eala, at just 20 years old with her best tennis still ahead of her, represents exactly what the tour needs. And she's just getting started top 40 today. But where does the ceiling end? Well, she's being told X, Y, and Z. I think get out of there. Well, the crowd are seeing the pictures on the big screen. Music, super happy. Totally understand the emotion right now. Along with the wins, I think that one would really touch me. Top 20 by the end of the year is absolutely realistic. Top 10 within the next 2 years isn't crazy talk. Grand Slam, quarterfinals, semifinals, maybe even titles. Dubai saw the future of women's tennis walk through their doors. They treated her accordingly. The rest of the tour is about to catch up. Alex Eala lost in Doha to a Czech qualifier just days before Dubai. The score was 7-6, 6-1. Not the result she wanted. She posted on social media, thanking her supporters, and immediately shifted focus to the next opportunity. Immensely grateful for the people who continuously show up for me and the sport. You all inspire me every day. That mental toughness, that ability to process a loss and move on without letting it poison the next performance separates champions from everyone else. Alex is showing that maturity at 20 years old. Dubai is just the beginning. The French Open is coming. Wimbledon is coming. The U.S. Open is coming. And if Alex Eala maintains this trajectory, the tennis world hasn't seen anything yet. The girl from the Philippines is just warming up. Dubai just showed the tennis world how to treat a rising superstar. And Alex Eala proved exactly why she deserves it. Top 40 at 20 years old. 18 months ago, she was ranked 139. Now she's competing with Grand Slam champions. Do you think Alex can crack the top 20 by the end of 2026? And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you even doing with your life? Hit that subscribe button before Alex wins a Grand Slam. And you have to pretend you were here from the beginning. Smash the notification bell so you never miss another update on her incredible journey. See you in the next one.